We speak today about lot number 137 from our upcoming auction Fine Asian Art. Here it is, the printed catalog. It's from April 10 and April 11, 2025. Lot number 137 is a gay type, a small octagonal bowl from the Southern Song Dynasty. Here it is, stored away safely in this box. And this piece is a really nice example of late Song Dynasty or Song Dynasty ceramics. Gay type is quite spectacular, the glaze, technically speaking, because it has these distinct black crackles, which are very precise, and then they are interwoven with intrinsic golden crackle. Yeah, you can see it very well here. It's all over the piece, and it's very hard to fire because the beautiful golden network here is in between the crackles. Yeah, it has this beautiful brown wear. Yeah, you can see it where the foot is bare and reveals the brown wear. And the gold crackles, this network is very thin but distinct, and it's all over the piece. It's an octagonal shape, which is common. There are fluted ones and straight ones. And, we have quite a few examples, of course. Gay ware. Gay was like one of the major 4 kilns in the Song Dynasty. There's always been a discussion what's the difference between guan ware and gay ware. And so classic gay or gay type needs to have these golden crackles between the black one. So the magic thing about this is the interplay between the two. And the more characteristic, the more powerful, if you will, this comes, especially on the inside, the more characteristic it is of gay and gay type wares. There's a few comparisons we have. One from the Palace Museum collection, which has a brown rim. It's also octagonal. It doesn't have the golden crackles as distinct as this one, but the shape is more precise. Yeah, so it's probably a bit later. This one is very thick. The walls are very thick. You can see here. We see this on a number of pieces like that, but it's leaning a little bit. When you turn it around, you can see it. Then there is a fluted one in the British Museum. That's also quite nice. A lobed one. It's from the Percival David Foundation. It's been dated to the early Yuan dynasty, so late Southern Song, early Yuan. There's also one that was sold at Sotheby's for roughly $500,000, again dated to the Southern Song dynasty. This one has a closely related glaze, which is very similar to this one. Also, the background color, most especially, and the typically Jinsi TXCN crackle, gold and black crackle interplaying. The sizes of the one at Sotheby's was 7.5 centimeters. This is quite a bit larger, but 9 centimeters. More the size of the one in the Palace Museum. The Provenance, this was sold at Bonham's 5 years ago in a sale on May 10, 21, and it sold for £287,000. That's roughly 400,000 euros converted, and also with a bit of an adjustment for inflation. And it was acquired by Jules Spielmann, the one and only. And he had it for 5 years in his private collection. It's now back on the market. And it comes, of course, with a confirmation letter signed by Jules Spielmann. Jules is absolutely certain that this piece is from the Song Dynasty. It cannot be tested because the foot is way too small for that. Several of our consultants have had a close look at that and confirmed the dating. I personally also stand behind it. I think it's very clear. So there's absolutely nothing here on this piece that tells us that it could be even of a slightly later date. So we don't even think it could be Yuan or Ming. We are very certain this is Southern Song Dynasty. I think it's also important to mention there was a fierce bidding competition back then at Bonham's. There were a lot of people involved in the bidding up to £100,000 or £150,000, and then bidding slowed between just 2 competitors, and Jules Spielmann eventually secured a piece for himself. He's now downsizing his collection a little bit, specifically in the early ceramics. We have quite a few pieces from him in the same sale. Among them is the superb tongue lion we discussed on video earlier today, which was from Lord Cunliffe. Then there's several imperial gold wares, an important beatong, and quite a few other pieces. So this is why this piece is coming back on the market. There's a little bit of downsizing going on. Jules Spielmann has such a large and important collection. I mean, just a fragment of it was sold for many, many millions, just a few pieces at Bonham's last year in the sculptures collection. And so this is a piece from the ceramics group, which is also downsizing. We are very happy to have it. We put 75,000 to 150,000 on it. So that's significantly below the original price. It has no reserve, so you have a good chance to acquire it if you're looking to get a perfect example for ancient Ge-type ware. And if that is the case, I wish you good luck in bidding and see you at the auction.